Hello and welcome to the Generational Gamer. You know what we're going to talk about? That's right, Castlevania Advance Collection. This collection includes the 3 Game Boy Advance games, as well as Dracula X on the Super Nintendo. Many of you are already familiar with how expensive these 4 games have become, particularly Dracula X. In fact, I can remember a time standing at the wall of games in Toys R Us, looking at Dracula X and saying, you know what, I already have a Castlevania on Super Nintendo. Dumbass move on my part. Today, the only economical way to get them prior to this collection was on the Wii U Virtual Console. Out of the 3 Game Boy Advance games, this is the one I have the least amount of familiarity. So here are the controls. I did modify them to match what would be Super Nintendo controls, where B is jump and Y is attack. You can see that you can save. I've already got a save game, so I'm just going to load from the quick save. And here we are. As you can see, I am nowhere in the game. This is the beginning. It does seem to operate properly, pretty smooth. I mean, this was a launch Game Boy Advance game. The game's been around for a while. I actually did first play it on the Virtual Console, so that's the reason why I actually consider it a valid way to get the game. This one uses some DSS system, which I'm really not familiar with. I had already beaten Symphony of the Night, or I've at least played it by this point. The second 2 games are the ones that I really liked. In fact, they were the reason I bought a Game Boy Advance. Look at that phenomenal gameplay. I don't have a sub-weapon yet. So, Harmony of Dissonance, which, much like Symphony of the Night, is musical based, and then Aria, Sorrow, same deal. In fact, let's move on to the more modern Game Boy Advance games. So this was the game I bought the Game Boy Advance for. Love Symphony of the Night, wanted the next one. This one was produced by Iga. I wanted the game. So we'll continue from where we left off. These are the controls. Same deal, I changed it to Super Nintendo style. B is jump, Y is attack. Remember, the Game Boy Advance only had 2 buttons, and the L and R. Now, one thing I found kind of weird about this game is that Juiced Belmont has that glow around him. I don't know whether that was to make him easier to see, because the Game Boy Advance, although the SP had been released by this point, the original one still did not have a backlight. So this one I like. The controls are pretty good in all of them, but I have to be honest, my favorite of the 3 games is the only one that got a direct sequel, and that would be Aria of Sorrow. Now we're at Aria of Sorrow. Once again, change the controls to match what I liked, and we'll continue right where we left off. This game, I think, has the best music, has the best controls, and is most closely related to Symphony of the Night. Mainly being, you're not using a whip in this game. You are using weapons that you pick up, or actually they're more like souls that you pick up. But as you play the game, you'll see how it's far more similar to Symphony than anything else. Now, it did get a sequel on the Nintendo DS, and of course they had to add some touchscreen stuff, but overall it was a huge graphical update, in my opinion, as with the sound. This one's still a great game. I highly encourage you to play it, and if you have it on cartridge, hold on to it, because this game is expensive as hell now, as I showed earlier. In fact, let's do a little bit of a demo here. Hence the term Metroidvania. Now, I left the controls in this game alone because, well, it was on the Super Nintendo. I didn't have to change anything. Personally, this is not my favorite Castlevania game. I prefer the PC Engine version far better. In fact, that game's available, translated in English, on the PS4 and on the PSP. In fact, the PSP got a full polygonal remake. It's called the Dracula X Chronicles. Good game. And that also includes the original, for the first time translated in complete English, as well as a retranslated Symphony of the Night. Not for the better. And then on the PS4, the PC Engine version was released along with Symphony of the Night. The only thing that was missing was the 3D remake. In any case, this version of the game, I mean, it's perfectly adequate. It has certain elements, but if you play the PC Engine version, it just doesn't play right. Things are ridiculously hard in this game, and there doesn't appear to be a reason why. The PC Engine version just plays better in general. Maybe that's the reason why this game didn't sell too well when it was released on the Super Nintendo. I'm still sorry I didn't buy it when I had the chance, because I know for sure mine would be in mint condition today. In any case, let's take a quick look at the game, and then I will show you some of the extras that come with this collection. All in all, for 20 bucks, it's a hell of a deal. And even for Aria of Sorrow alone, which is my favorite game on the collection, 20 bucks is well worth it, especially when you want to play it on a TV and move it and all that stuff. I mean, sure, you could do that with a Game Boy player, but the Switch has such convenience. I love it. So in the PC Engine version of the game, this enemy tailing me in the back actually is in the castle. And one of these candles will have a key that you have to hold when you get to the waterway area. And if you go to the jail cell and use the key, it will take you to a place where you can rescue Maria, and Maria can become a second playable character, who is actually far easier to play in the game. Let's take a look at the extras, starting with the gallery. Here are some characters from Circle of the Moon, but you can go to a table of contents and select your desired game. This is Aria of Sorrow. And now let's take a look at the box art. See, this is actually useful in case you ever want to print them out or something. I don't know. Especially given you can't find them anymore. At least not cheap. Paper is the most expensive thing in a retro collection. Everybody threw it away. The music's real good in this game, don't you think? Speaking of music, let's check out the music player. My jam. So lastly, you can choose which version of the game you want to play. You got your choice between European, Japanese, and American. As you can see, this is the Japanese one because I don't understand what the hell it's saying. We'll go back to the American version, which is what I play. I think my $20 was well spent here. How about you? Let me know in the comments below and have a good one.